They walked through the doors with hope in their hearts, expecting laughter, learning, and safety. But a faint, unsettling feeling whispered at the edges of that trust. Every parent dreams of a world where their child can grow freely and joyfully, yet sometimes the quietest moments hide the heaviest truths. What feels safe and familiar can conceal shadows that leave scars no one can see. In one deeply unsettling case, a 17-year-old male student faced the unimaginable when his teacher, a woman more than 30 years older than him, began to groom and manipulate him under the pretense of mentorship. Using her position of authority, she crossed boundaries that no educator ever should. When he tried to resist, she punished him emotionally and academically to maintain control. What started as guidance turned into fear and exploitation, leaving him with lasting emotional scars and years of therapy to reclaim a sense of safety. His story mirrors a painful truth seen in sexual abuse in private schools across the country. Behind respected reputations and carefully maintained images, misconduct often hides in silence. Perpetrators may be teachers, staff members, or even peers, while victims are left to bear the emotional and psychological burden alone. The trauma reaches beyond the classroom, leading to depression, anxiety, and loss of trust. Parents, too, are left broken, questioning how such betrayal could take place within institutions they believed were safe. That trust once lost demands justice. A private school sexual abuse lawyer helps survivors and their families achieve that justice by exposing wrongdoing and holding both individuals and institutions accountable. The injury lawyer team brings extensive experience in school-related sexual abuse cases, guiding investigations, gathering evidence, and ensuring institutions cannot hide negligence. Their compassionate approach empowers survivors while reducing emotional strain. A dedicated private school sexual abuse attorney ensures rights are protected and voices are heard, and consulting a private school sexual abuse lawyer early can make a critical difference in both legal strategy and support. The need for awareness could not be more urgent. Research shows that 1 in 10 children experience abuse before turning 18. It also reveals that 1 in 7 girls and 1 in 25 boys are likely to face sexual exploitation before adulthood. According to a study by the U.S. Department of Education, private schools are less likely than public institutions to report sexual abuse to law enforcement, often because of fears about reputation or legal exposure. This silence shields perpetrators and leaves students at continued risk. Breaking that silence requires everyone in a school community to take responsibility. Teachers, counselors, and administrators must build safe, transparent systems that encourage reporting and accountability. Schools should train staff to recognize grooming behaviors, educate students about boundaries, and create trusted spaces for open communication. When students feel supported and heard, prevention becomes possible. For survivors, justice often begins with a single question: how to file private school abuse claim. The process starts with courage and legal guidance. Under school sexual abuse laws, both the abuser and the institution can be held responsible for their actions or inaction. Some survivors find closure through a school sexual abuse settlement, which provides not only compensation but also recognition of their suffering and a step toward change within the system. Yet even with laws in place, barriers to reporting remain strong. Many victims fear disbelief or retaliation, while some schools still prioritize image over integrity. In these circumstances, filing a lawsuit against a school becomes more than a legal decision. It becomes a stand for accountability, a message that the safety of students must never be sacrificed to protect reputations. Seeking guidance from a skilled private school sexual abuse lawyer can help survivors navigate this process with confidence. The injury lawyer team continues to guide survivors every step of the way. Each time a survivor comes forward, silence loses its grip. Their courage lights the way for others to speak, and their truth pushes institutions to change. A dedicated private school sexual abuse lawyer transforms that courage into justice, guiding survivors toward healing and helping them reclaim control over their lives. The injury lawyer team stands with survivors and families who have endured abuse within private schools. Through compassion, expertise, and relentless advocacy, they help victims pursue justice, hold institutions accountable, and restore the fundamental promise every school should keep: that every child deserves to learn in safety, dignity, and trust. They offer free and confidential consultations, ensuring that survivors and their families can seek guidance and justice without fear or hesitation.